So there's a lot in this book, including the last time you were here, not the last time, but your partner, Chad Ochocinco. Y'all were kind of denying that there was a romantic thing going on, but there was some kind of romantic thing going on.
I mean, we had a fling.
Uh-huh.
You know, we worked so much together, and we had great chemistry, but it was just that same pattern I had in the past with my boyfriends in the past. He was just really unavailable to me, and I just knew, you know, that didn't work, and I moved on, and he's obviously moved on.
So because he was dating other people at the same time, is that right?
Well, I mean, you just look at his Twitter and see who he's following. And,
I see.
And that speaks for itself.
All right, and you talk about abusive relationships that you have been in the past that you got yourself out of as well, like physically and verbally abusive.
Yeah, I went through a couple of abusive relationships during my whole high school career. And I think it just stemmed from my childhood. But it also, what really matters most to me is dance, and how dancing has really influenced me in so many ways. And I just followed my passion. I never let dancing down. It was the one true thing that I stayed loyal to that I think really helped me get through the abuse.
And so when you were in these relationships, one guy hit you with a belt, and I mean, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And you would escape to dance. That's how you dealt with it.
I mean, I guess I could never really escape, but that was one of the most scariest moments in my life, was when he did that. And I think for me, I didn't turn to my parents right away. I felt ashamed. I didn't know how to talk about it, but I did talk to a friend, and I eventually got out of it.
And like you said, this when you talk about that, I think anybody who's in an abusive relationship, either you're mimicking something you've seen with your parents, and your mother goes through it, and you go, well, she goes through it, so I can be in a relationship like that. Or in your case, it's you had a traumatic incident. You were 5 years old?
I was 5 years old when my family hired help to help us around the house. My stepsister and I got molested by this man.
At 5 years old?
At 5 years old. And I think from that point on, you know, I had no self-esteem, and I had no self-confidence. I didn't know what to do. So I fell for these men that were unavailable to me. You know, the abuse was something I felt like I deserved, and I continued to go back to that.
And how did you figure out how to look at that and get out of that?
Well, the one thing that I really stood by was dancing, and I've always had hopes and dreams for dance, and my goal was always to be the best dancer I can possibly be, and no matter what, no matter if my boyfriend told me to stop dancing, I never did, and I just packed my bags, moved to New York, and started my career, and then got asked to do Dancing with the Stars 5 years ago.
Look at that! The best revenge.
The best revenge.